I'd just like to encourage whoever's in charge of auditions to really consider my friend Jayson for Top Shot Season 2. He is an avid gun freak and he fits that show so well. I made the video of him and hope it's everything that you needed as far as information. Thanks for considering him.
Okay, my name is Jayson Baxter and I've been shooting since I was old enough to hold a gun. My initial training with firearms came from my father. When I was old enough to start shooting on my own, around the age of 11 or 12, I would come home from school and grab my .22 rifle and head to the hills. At the age of 14, I got my first handgun. I fell in love with handguns. I just loved guns, period. I loved how mechanical they were. I loved how they worked. I loved how they were put together. You know, I was always trying to take things apart and put them back together. Sometimes I was better at taking them apart than putting them back together. My first formal training with firearms came when I got my job with the Department of Corrections. In that position, you're required to carry a firearm, and they send you through 40 hours of basic firearms training. The first thing that I did at probation and parole is I became a Glock certified armorer. I became a firearms instructor 4 years ago, and since that time I'm one of the lead firearms instructors here in Billings. I'm also part of the 40-hour basic course that's taught statewide. I am required, when that course comes around, to dedicate that week to training new probation parole officers, which is probably one of the funnest times that I have at work. You learn something every day you're on the range, no matter whether you're an instructor or if you're a student. That's the grand thing about anything with firearms, is you can learn something new every single day. Marksmanship to me is the epitome of perfection. If you have a marksman that can, you know, thread the same hole with the same implement at 25 yards or 2,000 yards, it's just amazing to me. Right now, my biggest interest in life is living. Breathing in and out every day.
Why?
In October of 2009, I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And started chemotherapy and radiation treatment for 30 days. In February of 2010, I had major surgery to remove part of my colon and to remove a portion of my liver. It had metastasized to my liver, so I have stage 4 colorectal cancer. My other passions are definitely being out with my family and friends. One of the things that I've always enjoyed doing was camping. I've really taken up four-wheeling with my kids and my family and my friends, and we do that as much as we possibly can in the summer. The other passions I have are watching my kids in sports. My kids are very athletic, and I spend an awful lot of my time, my free time, carting my kids around the state of Montana and other states so they can participate in their sports.
And how would your friends describe you?
Well, I would say probably one of my biggest things with my friends and my close friends is that I've had really close friends for all my life, and I've had the same friends. My personality is very A-type personality. I'm very blunt, I'm very forward. My biggest pet peeve is lying. I really don't like it when people lie. I'm very competitive. If I do anything, I mean, it can be from a board game to shooting skeet. I'm very competitive, even though I haven't done it. I like to win. To me, there is no such thing as second place. You try your hardest, you participate on the highest level that you can, and you walk away with what the result is. And if you don't like the result, then you just keep trying until you get it right. That's a Glock Model 22C, compensated 40 caliber Smith & Wesson. I'm just going to do a quick disassemble and reassembly. First thing I do is check to make sure the firearm is completely unloaded. Eject the magazine, slide forward, depress the trigger, take the slide apart, spring, and that's as far as you need to go for a Glock disassembly for field stripping. To put it back together is about the same thing. Make sure your feed rails are and the guns are assembled. Fun, huh?